bitch on my mind right now. So the hero they'll get bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm Darth Vader. But promise I don't give a about them. Let them out anywhere till them don't need matter. Yup, like in the Kango enter. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember how to Atlanta. I can give a about a dog. Used to getting things from a text, so I count setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say, do. Tell break bread, a fake dead, a bit, they hate that. 50 million, you die to make that middle. You vote for Trump, you see me outside, well, you know what's up. I ain't hearing no homie in a half a. Let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I was challenging with a hand. What you see before you, what they told you from nothing, man. Grand hustle over everything. Got a problem with me, I said, y'all got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane. Hey, everyone knows on go. I rolled in a 4x4. Believe if I kept gon' go see me with ain't gon' see them no more. They love when I talk, they roll by the car lot when bought it. Caught case at the case and a phone. They will watch you give a that. I live today rapping back, catching them back what they capping back. They ain't roll mama, we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of them. Better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. Odd formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14, watch left, hup.
We to the man, Atlanta hat caught to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Sit with your ad, drop it out with Alabama ad. That would get for trying to battle rap. Head, be one and done. No drive, but we running. Walk up to you while you showing us stunts till you up that jury and money. Playing game, thinking showing up funny till my young win for me. Yeah. For the love of the bankroll, keep it busy. Don't nobody care about it. Don't nobody wanna hear about it. You got problem, huh? Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gon' lie. I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. If it one thing I want, then it can't go by. Tryna put seat wheels on the Range Rover. I ain't finna play no game, that what you know. So if you think at the top till I move over. Modern day Tupac in a new hover. Know that now come with us and down. We dodge it, steady ducking clown. We chasing meals so we can put that down. Top where we run the town. But with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real boy veteran. Boy academy. He still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you from around here thinking sweet, you got the wrong idea. Get left out there, tell them so what I kept. Trap music, all black. Still, I'm that stupid. Still down to do it if you act stupid. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah. Trap music, all black. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah.
Look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance, all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy chase money like Usain. I'll give you the boat chain and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Pop up. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. Here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get me, I live in you. Both of our 5.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just see the bag, quit out that jaw jackery. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you're saying. How the poppin'.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he's brought down, getting this one to the football. He's going to have a first down.
Here we go. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Here we go.
Right back to him on first down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
All right, now here we go, oh. Black, let's go, let's go.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And he rifles one incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
4 down.
Third and long for Cousins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Now Thompson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Breeze. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
21. Get set.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And he completes it to Cohen. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the poke.
Bingo. Next 50.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Two. Where's the hot?
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he finds Daniels. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 45 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Cousins, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Khalil Mack. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Throwing is Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Good set.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They run it here with Thompson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
And that's called, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Breeze to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Grant. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Breeze. Being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Breeze now on 3rd and goal. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mario Addison able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Here we go. Bring the energy. Here we go.
2nd down, Cousins. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out.
Here we go. We're going. We're going. Let's go.
Cousins on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Cousins now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. First down. Here's Cousins. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Bring the energy. Let's go, let's go.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Screen play, McKinnon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. Again, it's Cousins. And he's got it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Cousins again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. Walsh adds the extra point. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Derek Rivers in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Started to look like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now out come the Giants. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Here we go, huh? Here we go. Check back.
Cousins now on second down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Cousins now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's got the rookie from Alabama, Calvin Ridley. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Bosher to kick it away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
McKinnon, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Cousins now. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a second down throw for Cousins. That is caught at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And now Cousins choosing to back away from the line and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go.
Cousins. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
No gain on the play there, second down. On second down, here's Breeze. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now McKinnon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
And I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing, Cousins. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because The way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. Hey, go down.
Here again is McKinnon. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Giants on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Back near his goal line. Here's Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it's 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Carlton Davis picks it, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Walsh adds the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Thompson. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Get set, get set.
Again, a run with Thompson. On first down, Breeze. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. A first carry for the rookie, Nick Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go, Ark. Here we go.
They go with Chubb on second down, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Giants on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's McKinnon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Here we go. We got 4.
They run it with McKinnon, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The Giants on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey. 4 down.
On third, here's an option play right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Good set.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Here we go.
Breeze to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Easy.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Good set. Ready, what's that?
To throw is Breeze. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Tie it right. Oh, get set. What's that?
From midfield, here's Breeze. And now here's another interception. Carlton Davis picks it, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use him here as the kneel down comes. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean,